Hey, what's up, everyone? So before jumping into the episode today, I just wanted to talk about the awesome guest on the podcast. It is my friend Candace. She is not only an awesome person all around, she's also an avid Disney lover and enthusiast and a regular park goer. She is gluten-free and has some gluten-free content that she is putting out. And I do gluten-free stuff myself, and we do a lot of gluten-free foods in my family. So I had so much fun just hanging out and having this conversation with Candace, just having fun talking about gluten-free stuff at Disneyland. So relax, sit back, grab your gluten-free snack and drink, and enjoy the podcast. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Keys of the Castle podcast. Today, we have a super special guest, and we're going to be talking about some gluten-free food at Disneyland. So let's jump into it. Candace, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. How's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me. Very excited to talk all things Disney and gluten-free.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're a pro. We're both pretty pro, but you have an annual pass currently, and you get to go to Disneyland all the time, and that's freaking awesome. We were just there last month when we visited. We got to go for a day, so that was cool. And
so fun.
Yeah. So it was great, and I'm always interested in learning more about. I feel like it's hard to find kind of gluten-free stuff at Disneyland sometimes.
It's definitely not a something you can go into without preparation. Like, unfortunately, still, like, I feel like you have to do some research or do some digging and like have a plan, you know. And that, I feel like, I don't know if that's been your experience at most amusement parks, but that's how still, unfortunately, Disney has gotten a lot better, but. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I've seen a lot of stuff for like Walt Disney World and stuff, but for Disneyland specifically, it seems a bit harder. It's still great, but it seems a bit harder with like the offerings that they have.
Yeah, I would say they're still growing.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are some of your favorite snacks that you have at? We'll go just Disneyland Park specifically, so not California Adventure.
Yeah. Well, Disneyland, I love Main Street. I don't know who all out there has been to Disneyland. Disneyland is OG, right? So seeing this Main Street, it's a little bit different than Disney World's Main Street, and it's just so cute and nostalgic. So for me, when I think of Disneyland, I think of Main Street. I think of the ice cream shop there. Have you ever eaten there?
Yeah,
like
so
Dryers.
When you walk in, it's on the left side.
Yeah, it's Dryers. So I don't know how you feel as, now correct me, celiac, gluten-free, it's different for everyone. But some people don't feel scared getting ice cream. Others of us were like a little bit more frantic whenever there's a bunch of cones everywhere. Yeah, they do an amazing job at Dryers. So at the Main Street Dryers, like I have gone up and just been like, I have celiac, like they send the chef person or like the senior ice cream scooper, I don't know what their title is, but they open up a brand new pint for you or a brand new gallon for you, like it's brand new. They will get you the new one, new scoop. They'll scoop it in front of you and tell you who is scooping your ice cream and give it to you. So it's kind of a nice peace of mind that, hey, I'm not gonna have some waffle cone contaminated like ice cream experience, and you get to just enjoy Main Street with a nice ice cream cone. It's kind of a nice time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I actually didn't know. I've never, well, not that I've never had it, but it's been years since I've had anything from there. So I'll definitely have to make it a point to do that next time. That's good to know. That's great. So that's one of your favorite snacks, which, by the way, what's your really quick before I forget, what's your like your account, like your gluten-free
my gluten-free account? is kind of hard to spell. So honestly, I would have to look at it, but it's gluten-free gastronaut. So kind of like astronaut, but gastro in front of it.
Cool.
Gluten-free gastronaut. Yeah. But yeah, so that's definitely a top for me, is a good ice cream cone on Main Street. It's a little magical. But also, if you keep kind of continuing down Main Street, you will hit kind of that open circle of Disneyland where you get to see the castle. And kind of on the left, I don't know if you've ever seen those little yellow umbrellas. It's called Jolly Holiday. It's a little restaurant.
Yeah, Jolly Holiday, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've had great luck there as well, honestly. I've had really great luck because, I don't know, it seems like a place that would be sketchy. There's a lot of baked goods and, I mean, there's full-on grilled cheese sandwiches happening, and like it sounds like a really sketchy place, like lots of bread and stuff, but actually they take it very seriously, and I'll get myself a nice gluten-free. Now here's the thing, it's a gluten-free bun with cheese, so don't hate on me for it not being a full like toasted sandwich. It's a bun with like cheese in the middle. It's not exactly a grilled cheese, but it's stinking good.
Yeah.
And
I think I've had that.
You have? Okay, see? So it's not bad. It's good. It's a good, like, variety. If you're going to be there with friends, like, you got to get that. And they have, like, a good tomato soup.
Yeah. Yeah. I was glad that the soup was, because tomato soup's one of my favorites types of soup. So it was cool when I used to get it all the time. So I had a pass in 2020, from 2021 to 2022. And that was one of, like, my main spots to hit.
The go-to.
So, yeah, I kind of got burnt out on it, which is good because it made me like be forced to go, explore other snacks. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's a very safe spot, I would say.
Super safe. One place that for me I actually thought was safe, and then I rode the risk, was Bengal barbecue.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so just forewarning, it could probably be fine for somebody else, but because they use a lot of sauces, and I did sauce free, like things just did not go well. But there's always like the fruits over there. There's always like the pickle, but beyond that, Dole Whip, top snack.
I love it.
Best ever. I don't know. I'm having a theme with like frozen things right now. I'm realizing. I don't know if it's just because it's already hot. It's like January, I'm in California, and it's like hot.
I feel like you're taking us on a journey of walking through Disneyland, and like, so I feel like you're just following that order, which is really cool.
You know what? You're so right. I'm like mentally walking through Disneyland as we talk, so I'm like, oh, I see this, I see that.
Yeah, and that's I would say that's my favorite path, is going Main Street and then into Adventureland too.
Come on, yes, you cannot beat that. That's like, you're ready for adventure, What's your top snack? Where do you go? Like, what's your go-to?
Yeah, top snack. So my top favorite item is actually, I think it only opened like within the past like couple years, is shoot, let me look up the name, but it's basically like a calzone.
Show you. Wait, a calzone? I've never had that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's freaking hidden, dude.
Wait, is that the Pizza Planet place? Or no?
Nope.
What?
No.
Where's the calzone? I've never even...
Yeah.
Where's the calzone at? I've never seen this calzone. I was trying to scroll through myself and find something. Blow my mind with this calzone.
Let me blow your mind. So it's at Cafe Daisy in Toontown.
Okay, here's my problem. I haven't really gone to Toontown much. Mainly it's because I don't. Well, actually, the whole thing is about being a big kid, right? But I don't go to Toontown much. So that's my problem. I need to go over there.
Oh.
But what am I thinking?
I literally just go for the calzones for the most part.
Okay, that's good to know. Who knew about the calzones? That's so good.
And let me see what they're called. I have the app open now.
Okay. And meanwhile, I was also trying to find this Dole Whip thing, and I was scrolling through, and I cannot figure out what it's called. But it's not quite a Dole Whip. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a Dole Whip
No,
treat.
is it at
It's like,
the same place?
Okay, so by the Jungle Cruise, right next to it is like right by the tiki room, but not the front part of the tiki room, the back part of the tiki room has like a Dole Whip like counter that has also these other flavors, and also it's like a Dole Whip float, I want to call it, but I don't know if that's what they actually call it. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it, and I think you might be talking about, is it Trader Sam's?
Maybe. It's not. Maybe is it Trader Sam's? I'm not sure. I thought Trader Sam's was its own bar.
I'll look now.
I'm gonna look for it.
But anyway, I know the area you're talking about, though.
It's good. It's a good time. Okay, so calzones.
Oh, the Tropical Hideaway.
Tropical Hideaway. That's it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And then the calzone thing. The calzone thing is called a flop over. That's the Disney name.
What? Okay, so it's in Disney's, Toontown's Daisy Cafe.
Cafe Daisy is what it's called.
Cafe Daisy. So cool.
Dude, 100% the best gluten-free item to me on all of Disney property that I've found so far, except for the tacos. I would say what competes is the tacos at California Adventure.
Oh, wait. What about Disneyland's Rancho del Zacolo? Is it Zacolo? Wait, I'm going to butcher it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what I got there last time. Yeah.
They're super good, too, with accommodations. Yeah. Yes. Rancho del Zacolo. And they have, like full-on legit tacos. They have like a half chicken plate. Obviously you can't get the burritos, but they have good Mexican food. Like, Mexican food is always safe, so, and it's tasty. Yes. It's a good time.
Yeah, it was really good when I went there. I don't remember, there was one thing that I had there that I think was like kind of like may have been something that had cross-contamination. Might have been like the rice or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but there was. Now? I did. It was kind of at my own risk because they were like, oh, sorry, I didn't like. They didn't serve it to me against like my instruction or anything. It was like my family members had it, and it was I had already asked about it.
Got it.
So they had told me like, yeah, we can't guarantee that it's gluten free, but so it was kind of at my own risk that I then took some.
You risked it.
It didn't affect me though.
You're okay.
I know. But yeah, there's a couple things there that like are disappointing that they're not gluten free, which I think one of them is I don't remember if it's the rice. I shouldn't have brought it up because I don't remember. But and then the other thing is like they're not like churro bites, but they're like the cinnamon chip things.
Because at Disney World, they have gluten-free, or is it Disney World or Disneyland Paris? One of them, I forget. I've been on a lot of Disney blogs about gluten-free, but one of them has like gluten-free churros. And I can't remember which one it was. I've been to now Disney World and Disneyland Paris, so I mix it. But one of them had gluten-free churros, and I'm super bummed that Disneyland cannot hang with that. That's annoying.
I know.
Like, it's the same company. Like, I'm come on, sure guys.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Disney World. Did you say you've been to Disneyland Paris?
I have. I totally have been to Disneyland Paris. I wouldn't be ready to report on gluten-free things at the moment because it's been such a long time, but it was an amazing time, and it's super pretty there. It's like...
But were you gluten-free, like, at the time?
I think at the time, I was vegan because my backstory in 30 seconds is that I was vegan for a million years because I kept getting sick randomly to different foods, and it was like the most like allergen friendly way to like stay away from stuff. They put me on like a diet to like elimination diet, and then I just stayed vegan forever, and I would just be sick off and on, and like sometimes I'd be like, I'm miraculously fine, and I think it's just because at the time, a lot of things were like kind of gluten-free accidentally, then like a long-winded version of saying like I was celiac the whole time, and who knew?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
crazy.
I know. Crazy journey.
Wow.
But
Okay, so yeah, because from what I hear, Disneyland Paris is like the worst of like if you're comparing the two U.S. locations
for
with
food.
Disneyland Paris, yeah, for gluten free,
Yeah. I mean, I would agree.
Disneyland Paris is
I
worse.
went to Disneyland. You know what? Actually, I got so sick in Paris, and it makes sense now, like, as a celiac person, that, like, for my vacation, like, for 2 full days, I was bedridden. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm in the land
That's
of
horrible.
croissant and, like, bread. And, like, I was totally, like, sick during the trip. And, like, it makes so much sense
Gotta wear a
now.
freaking
Yeah.
mask next time.
I know.
Mask up and full hazmat suit.
I know. Jeez.
I'm just kidding.
Hide me. But okay, speaking of like something, I think it's French. I don't know. Don't come at me, French. But is it macaron? Macaroons? I don't know. I'm going to call it very American. Macaroons.
I don't.
Or is that
Yeah.
Italian? I don't know where this comes
I have
from in
no
Europe.
idea.
But you know, macaroons, right? And so those are
Yeah.
traditionally like pretty safe for gluten-free people because they're made with almond flour.
Right.
But that's another qualm I do have with Disneyland is that they sell these beautiful macaroons in the shape of Mickey that are like raspberry. They're huge. They're not gluten-free. They're made with wheat. What is this? This is supposed to be a macaroon. What is this? So we have work to do, Disney.
Wow.
We have work to do.
Definitely. There's a good ways to go, to be honest, which is why it's cool
Yes.
to make stuff like this, because it's like it helps people find the spots, you know,
The
like how
gems.
you said like how you said to be careful for the Bengal barbecue, because it's, you know, maybe the ingredients by nature, like the veggies and the meat might be gluten-free, but the cross-contamination could potentially be horrible, you know?
Like if you've been over there, that little kitchen, it's not really it's like a little grill that they're all sharing, and like they can wipe it quickly for you, but that does not keep you safe, you know? It can be nuts. So
Yeah.
I do look out
Yeah,
for
for
places
sure.
and ask them for like who has dedicated fryers. And I have found like, and I don't know, I would ask somebody to always check, but last time I was at Galactic Grill in Tomorrowland, they did have dedicated fryers for gluten-free fries. So that was a good snack, just like if you just wanted like a french fry situation. Because gluten like dedicated fryers are hard to come by, so that's a little tip.
Absolutely.
Even though that looks like a small place, so that was a safe one. And also, I know we're not talking much about California Adventure. We're keeping this to Disneyland, but just a quick, tiny little tidbit.
Yeah, no,
I love tater
go for it.
tots.
I was just saying we'll start there, but
Okay, but speaking of dedicated fryers, Pim Test Kitchen, if you're just like, I'm snacking on some tots while I walk through the park,
yeah.
they have a dedicated fryer for their tater tots. So
Yeah.
if you're feeling toddy, there you go.
If you're feeling toddy, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You can go full gluten-free Napoleon Dynamite with those bad boys.
You
and
can. You need the
Stick 'em in
zippers
your
in the
pocket.
pockets, and then you're good to go. You know.
No, those are really really good actually. Yeah, that's that's definitely
a good tot.
a
Yeah.
good stop.
Have you had breakfast though at any of the parks?
Dude, that's exactly what I was gonna bring up next. I have not.
Okay.
I have not. And what's your input for breakfast? Like what are your reviews?
I don't have like a great experience like with breakfast. Like in terms of like it wasn't
Okay.
a bad experience, but I've only been one time during breakfast hours just because I'm just not much of a morning person. Like I don't like to go when the park opens,
Yeah.
which is why I have a pass so that I can go at the wee hours
same.
of night, you know, kind
Exactly.
of thing. But I have gone once to kind of like a character breakfast, and that was in like a California, The
Lamplight?
hotel, California. Maybe. It was like, no, it's like the hotel.
The Grand Californian?
The Grand Californian. Yes, they have their own little restaurant that's like a character breakfast. And that was like not a great experience just because it's like a buffet. And that's like just, I went because of like nieces and nephews and things. So that was like a little sketch. I have had breakfast at Carnation Cafe. And I believe they had gluten-free waffles at the time. I don't know why, but I just did not order that because I just feel very sketched out about gluten-free waffles and gluten-free pancakes to start my morning at Disney. But it could be safe.
Yeah.
I've seen good things. But again, we're all like on the spectrum of what we feel and everything. So they do offer it.
Exactly.
I will say.
Dude, that was that's like the number one thing I wanted to try. So like
I mean, at some point I kind of want to try it, but then I'm like, I don't want to be there all day. Like, what if I don't feel good? I don't know. I don't want to start the day like that, you know. But it could be fine. I'm in my head. You know what they're missing out on at Disneyland is beignets.
What? The what?
Beignets.
Oh,
have you had their
dude,
like you know, like their beignets, but they don't have them gluten free, and that would bring all the celiacs to the yard. Like that would bring everyone in.
Totally, I love it.
It would.
Yeah, the beignets. I feel like the key ones would be like the beignets and the churros. Like if they had those gluten free,
that's what we want.
They would just be. We'd all be raking it in. We'd be raking in the gluten free.
It would be so good. I have had the cookies at Jolly Holiday, but they're from another baker. And I believe the blueberry muffin, but it's from another baker. But I just think Disney is very hesitant to make anything in-house, which makes sense, you know, if it's not dedicated.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Yeah, for sure. I did find some random gluten-free snacks. Like, it's so long ago, so this is going to be like the worst description of all time. And it gave me the warning here. We have like 5 or 10 minutes left.
Poop.
But it's been great. It's been great so far, though. But so do you know there's like a snack shop with like a bunch of candies and snacks and stuff when you first walk into California Adventure, actually?
Oh.
It's kind of a little bit...
I said, oh yeah, actually I do. It's like on the right side by the Starbucks area.
It's on the right side. I think it's just before the Starbucks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, totally do.
Yeah. So if you're facing the cashier, if you're like paying, this is going to be the most random description ever, but if you're facing the cashier paying, and then you turn around 180 and like you turn your back to the cashier, there's like a wall to your left that's like kind of angled.
Yeah, so like curves kind of thing.
Yeah, I think something like that. And it's got a bunch of like, you know, the snacks with like the characters on them.
Yeah.
And I think there's like mini chocolate chip cookies. I think that's what it is. It's kind of coming back to me now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have not heard of this. That sounds so good.
Yeah, and I think they're genuinely gluten-free. I don't think there's cross-contamination, so you'll have to double check you know, if you're getting them, but I think they're like properly certified gluten-free, and I want to say those are better than like the chocolate chip cookies that you get at like Jolly Holiday and stuff like that, which I think even those they've changed and they've kind of made them a little bit better, but the little packaged ones are the best from what I remember.
I will check that out. I have not seen those, so I will definitely go check out that. The cookie though that I was talking about before has gotten better. You're right. It is actually pretty good now and it's pretty big. But also I'm down for a couple of like little snackable cookies along the road. Like that sounds so good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer just one cookie, one good solid cookie, but like in terms of in terms of enjoyment, I think the bag was I think that did it for me more than the other ones at the park.
It elongates the enjoyment experience.
There you go. Yeah, and there's more there. So
Yes,
yeah.
I think Disney has a long way to go for treats like desserts and things. Like, I think we're getting somewhere with food like soup, sandwiches, like all of that. I mean, it's still not like, yes, the best ever, but definitely if you're wanting some Treatos, like bringing your own little snack bag never hurts anybody. I get hangry.
Yeah, it's a great tip.
As a person, and I always bring snacks. Like, my husband Kirk will be like, did you bring your snacks? Like, as as like a question, like that prepares, like mentally preparing. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I will get so like angry and hangry of like, I need food, so I will bring like little like turkey, like, the turkey stick things, like the little snack fruit bar. Like, I will just bring a bunch of snacks with me because you probably only got like one good meal in ya at the park, yeah, because they don't have a lot of snackies. It's sad.
Yeah. On that though, because we only have like a couple minutes left, so what is your favorite or all-time best, like, proper meal? So not snack, but just like meal anywhere on the park. So California Adventure, Disneyland, or one of the hotels.
Okay, I think it just depends on the day, but at the moment, I would head on down to Downtown Disney. I would go to Black Tap. It's like a burger place. And I would get like a good burger on a gluten-free bun. I've never had any issues. They also sell like pretty incredible shakes. If anyone here is a non-dairy kind of person, they got your back in that regard too. They have like non-dairy like milkshakes, so they're pretty like allergen aware. As far as like, do they have a dedicated fryer for fries? I have not ever gotten their fries, so I don't know, but it's just like a good like hearty meal. Like, you feel full and like you're ready to take on the park,
Yeah, that's a great one because, not all the meals are like that there. So that's a good answer. I like that. And Black Tap is really good. I can vouch for their shakes. Their shakes are really good too. Very expensive, but very good. For sure.
Yes. Overpriced.
It's like $15 for a small shake or something like that. I don't know.
I know. But, inflation.
But yeah, no, that's good stuff. And I think we'll pretty much call it there. And I think that was a great conversation. That was good, and hopefully we can continue on and talk a different time too about more gluten-free stuff at Disneyland.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What's up, you guys? Just wanted to hop in here and say huge thank you again to Candace. I had so much fun hanging out and chatting about gluten-free food at Disneyland. Hopefully we can do it again sometime soon. Hope everyone enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And my favorite part was, if you're feeling toddy, head over to Pim's Test Kitchen for some tater tots, gluten-free tater tots. That was absolutely legendary, Candace. Thank you so much. And until next time, everyone, whatever is good, whatever is true, whatever is pure, think on these things. All right, guys, take care.